Hey, I'm back with another embossing video. We had done the emboss resist last week, and I had several people leave comments and ask me on Facebook some questions about embossing, so I just thought we would kind of go back and go to the basics of embossing. I think that sometimes I forget that everybody doesn't know embossing, and I shouldn't be that way because I just started machine sewing and I'm completely lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the terminology is, so I just gotta remember that. So I've been stamping and embossing for over 10 years, and I know when I started, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, so lots of mistakes I made for sure. And the stamp I'm going to use today, I don't know who made this. It's just a really pretty detailed stamp. I got this in a friend mail today, so I thought I would try that out. And I just have a piece of white paper here for funneling my embossing powder. Okay, let's talk about what you need for the basics of embossing. First of all, you're going to need a good heat gun. You can't use a hair dryer because a hair dryer is going to blow the air out. This is just going to get hot, so it's a lot different. Looks the same, but a lot different. So these run $15-ish. I've even seen them up to $30 and $40, but this is just a Paper Studio brand from Hobby Lobby. You know, 20 bucks, and use your 40% off coupon. So, and I've had this one for about 10 years, so yeah, it's gonna last. And the next thing you're gonna need is embossing ink. So the difference in embossing ink and regular dye ink is that embossing ink is just gonna, or pigment ink is gonna stay a little bit wetter longer, so it's gonna hold that powder so you can melt it. So these Versacolor makes dye ink and pigment ink. This is the Top Boss embossing stamp pad. It does have a pink tint to it, so if you want to use a color, that will cover that up. Here's just a few more that I picked up at, I believe, Walmart. And here is a color box. I love these little cat's eyes because they're so easy to store. And I have lots of colors in these. I just had these out today to show you guys. And here's just another color box pigment ink trio. Some of the powders that I have 3 colors of the Tim Holtz Distress Powder. I don't use this very much because it doesn't get shiny. The Distress Powder it just creates that weather-worn look, and that's exactly what it does. It's just going to give it a powdery look. So, I think I got those on clearance. Probably the only reason I got them. I do love Tim Holtz products, but I just didn't really understand how the Distress Powder was going to work. If I'm going to emboss something, I want it to be shiny. To me, that's the point. The next things I have, I just bought these little containers. They were 10 or 12 at the Dollar Tree, and I keep some of my embossing powders in here just because it's easier to funnel them back in here than it is the little jars that they come in. And usually they come in jars a lot smaller than this, but a jar of embossing powder lasts forever. You would be surprised how long it's going to last, as long as you don't spill it, like I have. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I just want to show you guys about stamping on dark cardstock. So let's try a piece of black, and this is a complete truck run, guys, so if I mess this up, you guys are going to see it, because I'm not going to edit this video. I'm not going to edit out any mistakes. And the way I ink up with these little pads, it does take me a little bit longer, but going to ink and tap all around. Get that butterfly and that flower really well. So press down really well. That almost looks like a chalk, you know, like the really big chalk look right now. So I'm going to go over it with the clear, and it's just going to seal that. I didn't cover the whole image, so I'm just going to shake it around a little bit. And tap the excess back in. I'm going to shake my paper out. That's not going to get rid of the powder. Powder is stuck. And the key to embossing is keeping your gun moving so you don't scorch your paper or your image. So just watch how this, hopefully the camera will show how this gets. I like the way that it looks, very chalky, chalkboardish. This would be really pretty for a background of a card. And just all over it. Random pattern. That just shows you the look of embossing on a dark cardstock. I really like that. Not a perfect butterfly. I missed the edge, but it's okay. You guys get the point. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp off real quick of that white. Most of that white anyway. And we will go with, let's see, let's use the top boss tinted. Now, my top boss tinted is messy. It is mess. The reason is I'm not good at staying very clean. My crafting kind of messy. This thing is a little bit juicier than a regular ink pad. They do have re-inkers for these that you can buy, but I've had this one for probably 5 years, never re-inked it, and it's still good. So, go directly down on that, and you see it leaves like a watermark. Okay, now let's go ahead and go in with black. Let's do black powder on a blue card. So here it is before it's embossed. It's pretty as it is. So again, remember to keep moving the gun. I'm going to go ahead and let that cool for a minute before I move it, because it definitely got hot. That is so neat, guys. Look at that. That is so pretty. I'm going to save that to put on a card or something. Really love that new stamp. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about, when I first did this video a little bit earlier, I messed up when I was trying to do my samples, so to make sure that I could do this again. So I'm going to try again and see if I can do this. So if I make a mistake this time, I'm just going to call it good. Okay, we are going to go with the same stamp. I just really like this because it's very frilly. I'm going to ink it up again with a clear, the pink tinted. Go to my paper. Okay, I'm going to emboss this with clear. Now, it seems weird I would emboss it clear on white cardstock, but you'll see in a minute why. You'll know it's melted when it gets a little bit glossy. I almost scorched that. I wonder if you guys saw that. Okay, what I'm going to do while that's still warm is I'm going to pour some glitter on there. I'm going to shake it around. I'm gonna let it cool on there. And see, it didn't work again. I saw this video, and I remember doing this before, but for whatever reason, I can't get it to work, so we'll just not talk about that. What I would do is mix your embossing powder, a little bit of clear, with some of this. So, I just so happen to have a plain one, because I thought I might need one. I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. I'm going to put a little bit of clear embossing powder in here. And I'm going to make my own. And we're going to find out if this works. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. See, it changed the color too. So it went white, so it brought the color up a little. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to go with the same stamp. Where did my pad go? There it is. I was trying this right along with me. Make sure I get that really good inky. Straight down, straight up. Let's try. I'm not crazy about this color, but for video's sake it'll work. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. So, I guess I suggest you try my method. Oh, that's so pretty. Already, without even being embossed. You guys can see the shine on that, but it's very pretty. So I'll definitely be using some more of that since I've got some mixed up now. And the other technique I was talking about, that before I did this video, I watched a few others just to refresh myself on how to explain it, and they did the clear embossing powder first, and then while it was still warm, do what I try to do with putting some glitter on it and then melting it in together. That didn't work for me. It might work for you. Try it. If it doesn't work, no big loss. So, I mean, that's a big difference. So, and if there's any questions that you guys have about more embossing, just let me know, and I will try to get a video out to you guys now that I have another camera. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.